Good evening, I'm Pinky Webb. Tonight we ask the questions, we tackle the issues, we clarify matters, and we get on point. Well, he's one of the 6 Alianza para sa Bagong Pilipinas senatorial candidates who made it to the Magic 12. A longtime journalist, he first served as Social Welfare Secretary before becoming ACT-CIS party list representative in the 19th Congress. Now that he is set to join his brother, Senator Raffy Tulfo, he vows to have a cooperative stance by working with everyone regardless of their political affiliation. Let's get on point with Senator-elect Erwin Tulfo. Kailangan ko pong sanayin yung sarili ko. Congressman Panao.
Exactly,
diba?
exactly.
How are you? Kamusta ka na?
I'm okay, Miss Pinky. Glad to be here in your program, finally.
Thank you, because you were here, I think a day or 2 days after the elections, no? You already visited us. Maraming salamat. At pangalawang bisita mo na to. You ranked number 4 with 17 million votes. How are you? How are you preparing yourself for the task on June 30?
I already have a legislative staff, mga lawyers. We're preparing. I said on the very first day, magpa-file kami ng mga 10 bills. Yun yung mga priority bills namin. So we're getting ready. They're doing research right now para ma-file namin sa July 1 actually.
Yung pong galing ka ba sa Congress, sa House of Representatives, papuntang Senado, do you think it's a big change?
Not really. Actually, papasalamat nga ako na I was able to get into Congress kasi parang halos pareho yung mga pag-file ng bills and then yung mga interpolations, halos pareho. The only difference, mas konti sila sa Senado. Like sa Congress, napakadami namin. So basically it's the same.
Do you think mas magiging tutok ka as a senator than a congressman?
Yeah, kasi pag sa Congress, napakadami namin eh. Whereas kung dito sa Senate, talagang ilan lang kayo, 24 lang kayo. So parang yung file mo ng mga bills, mabilis dinggin. Kasi doon sa Congress na 300 plus kami, 312. So napakadami nun.
Was it always a dream of yours to be a senator?
No.
No.
Dream was like to be a media personality.
Which you did.
And then sa public service. Unfortunately kasi, Ms. Pinky, limited eh. Pag sa media ka, public service, pag may pinuna ka, hanggang doon na lang. Banatan mo, hanggang doon na lang. Walang follow-through. Pag humingi ng tulong, kailangan mo tawagan si mayor, congressman. Pag may baha, lalapit sa'yo. Ganun din. Pag kailangan ng gamot, bubunod ka sa bulsa mo. Whereas dito sa Congress, sa Senate, nandyan yung mga agencies eh, na pwede mong tawagan sa Department of Health, pwede ka magbigay ng referral na punta ka dito, Dear Mr. Secretary Herbosa, merong patient kami na ganito, baka pwede matulungan. Or Dear Secretary Gatchalian, meron kami estudyante na 10 na kailangan ng assistance, etc. Like that. Pero sa media, sila, pero minsan...
Hindi ba sila takot sa mga Tulfo?
Natatakot din, pero nakakapagod din kasi. Ulit ka na ulit. Whereas pag member ka na ng Congress o Senate, parang mas mabilis.
But I guess the question is, was it time for you to evolve? Did you feel that after your stint in media, and syempre, hindi lang yun kasi mas nakilala kayo dahil sa mga naging programa nyo as of late, no? And did you feel that, it was about time to do something different?
Kasi yung inaction sometimes ng mga agencies, kami, when you say tool for brand of public service, ora mismo. Tool for brand of justice, ora mismo ngayon din. Hindi yung pag-aantay mo bukas, makalawa. That's what actually my plan. Kaya when the President asked me back then to become a Social Welfare Secretary, sabi ko, yes, Mr. President. Di nakita ng mga tao how I did it, di ba? Na umaalog-alog pa lang, earthquake pa lang sa Abra, I'm already there, di ba? May
Actually,
flooding,
yun ang pangako mo
rin.
eh.
Yes.
I've interviewed you a number of times when you were DSWD
Exactly.
Secretary, when I was with CNN Philippines. And yun ang sinabi mo, bago pa lang, you will always be where whatever happens, sadly, a calamity happens, sisiguraduhin mong nandun ka. Pag may padating pa lang na bagyo, sabi mo, I remember you were saying, bago pa dumating ang bagyo, ay sisiguraduhin mong nandun ka.
Kasi ikaw yung representing the president. Ang mga tao kasi, Ms. Pinky, this is what I learned as a DSWD secretary. Pag may mga unos, kalamidad, typhoon, wala silang malapitan, nagpapanik. Pero pag may nakita silang government official, lalapitan ka eh. Then you can console them, you can comfort them. Don't worry, pag nandyan na sa likod ko, yung mga ayuda, kumakalma. That's what I learned, kumakalma. Pero kung wala, si mayor lang, wala ring pondo, so nagpapanik ang mga tao. Pero kung nandiyan ka, representative, protege ka ng Pangulo, you give them assurance that the government is here with you and we will help you.
Did you enjoy your stint as DSWD Secretary?
I really did. I really did like that. Kasi natutuwa ang mga tao crying, then, uy, si Secretary, dito pala kayo. Sir, mabuti nandito kayo. So,
Kasi kilala kayo. Hindi ho ba?
Exactly.
But maybe for those wondering, bakit hindi kayo natuloy, hindi ho kayo na-confirm ng CA.
Yeah.
And that's something I want to touch on just briefly. No? During your confirmation hearings, there are a number of issues thrown against you. Isa yung sinasabing hindi po kayo natural born or American citizen. Ho kayo, there's a disqualification against you and your siblings on dynasty and yung pong inyong citizenship. Once and for all,
Meron pa, yung libel cases.
yung libel
Isa pa yun.
na the
Yeah.
former Congressman Marcoleta brought up during your CA confirmation. Doon po muna tayo sa citizenship. Once and for all, bakit ho ba hindi namamatay-matay itong issue sa inyo about your citizenship?
Ewan ko, siguro wala silang access doon sa documents na galing sa US Embassy. Binigyan naman yung Senate and Congress na ang gusto ng US Embassy na, okay, we will give you the documents pero labas na kami dyan. You just have to give it to them. So nagpa-xerox ako. Isang document lang yon, stating that I'm not an American citizen. Yun din ang pinakita ko sa Commission on Election.
So it's a document that says you're not an American citizen, or is it a document that says you renounced your American
No, that I'm
citizenship?
not an American citizen. That's what it simply says. So, yun ang nangyari. Siguro, wala sila nakuhang document, and hindi ko nakasalanan yun. Siguro hingin nila sa COMELEC. COMELEC has that document. And this is the reason why, Ms. Pinky, na-resolve na COMELEC yan, yung first call, yung after nag-join ako, di ba, sa ACT-CIS. Di ba, ilang buwan muna bago ako nakaupo. Because of that. And na-resolve na yun ng, I think, 2nd or 3rd Division. So, ayun na naman. Kaya nagulat ako ngayon sa Senate run ko. Ayan na naman sila, sunod-sunod, citizenship. Hindi ko nga mabilang na, siguro mga 4 yung mga nag-file sa akin.
And it doesn't bother you anymore?
Kasi naman, I'm speaking of the truth. Kung gusto talaga nila, why can't, your lawyers naman na pwedeng humingi ng kopya sa COMELEC eh. I'm sure, because they filed eh. We already had a counter with Attorney Karen Jimeno. May counter affidavit kami, then we attach our document. It simply states there that Erwin Tulfo is not an American citizen. Period.
So you are a natural-born Filipino?
Tacloban, Leyte. I was born in Tacloban, Leyte. They can go to PSA. I'll give them even a written authority to get documents that I'm a natural-born Filipino citizen.
So, maliban po doon, sinabi nyo nga yung sinasabing libel case against you, to which then Congressman Marcoleta, also a senator-elect, questioned that. Ang sabi po niya, sabi niyo po, that case is related to my profession as a journalist. There was a conviction for libel. I was a columnist and I write about a government official actually.
Actually, Ms. Pinky, my SCRA, my Supreme Court resolution dyan, stating na yan lang, yung about libel na perpetual disqualification. Pero it says there, meron pong footnote doon na after 5 years that you serve your sentence, after 5 years, you can run at any
The
political
perpetual
office.
disqualification.
No,
ends?
it's not, it doesn't say perpetual disqualification.
Okay, what
it says
does it say?
disqualification from holding public office.
Natatanggal po yun, na-erase after 5 years.
Exactly. Kasi yung libel case, when was this? 2022.
2020.
2010, final yung libel case. Ang sentensya ko lang naman magbayad ng penalty. I was with another network. nabayaran namin yung penalty. So walang sentence, di ba? Walang imprisonment or something. It's just fine. So I paid the fine 2010. So 2011, okay, walang sentence. 5 years na after serving your sentence. 2022 yun, Ms. Pinky. 2010 yung decision eh.
We're talking about, of course, 2022. This is all about the time that they were asking questions about your confirmation as
Right,
DSWD
right.
Secretary. I just bring that up because sabi po ni Congressman Marcoleta, you are convicted as a journalist, but that does not change the situation. In other words, he was questioning, ang tawag po ata dito is yung moral turpitude. Ano po? Now that you will be serving in the 20th Congress, is everything okay between the two of you?
Yeah, we talked nung proclamation rally, not rally, proclamation, dun sa Manila Hotel. Ay, nilapitan ko siya. Nag-uusap kami. Actually, after when I joined Congress, nakikita kami. So sabi niya, pare, trabaho lang ha. I said, no problem, boss. Sabi ko, I understand you're with the CA. So, nakikita kami sa office ng speaker. Nakikita kami, pati yung isa pa, yung taga Cagayan de Oro, taga Surigao na congressman. I forgot his name.
Johnny
Pimentel, exactly.
Yeah.
O boss, call lang ito, trabaho lang. Then member na siya. Sabi ko, boss, I understand. Sabi ko, wala naman ng problema. So, tapos nung proclamation nga, last week, sabi ko, boss, willing to help. I reached out already. I spoke to Senator Bongo, and then Senator Kiko, Senator Bam, and then to Senator Marcoleta kasi katabi ko siya. Sabi ko, boss, willing to work. Sabi ko, kung ano man maitutulong ko. Sabi ko, kasi mahirap pag watak-watak tayo, walang mangyayari sa atin. Isa na sa kaliwa pupunta, isa sa kanan, isa sa diretso. So sabi ko, baka pwede. And Senator Bongo said like, sure. Sabi niya, sige, usap tayo. And then even Senator Marcoleta, sige, sabi niya gano'n. Usap tayo, Sen, sabi niya gano'n. Pag bukas ng Senate, usap tayo, you can learn a lot of things from me. Sabi ko, yes, boss. Sabi ko, dahil abogado ka naman. So, sabi ko, willing to learn. That's
Did
what
you
I
feel
told
the
him.
need to do that? Reach out to your fellow senator-elect?
Yeah, kasi, Ms. Pinky, walang mangyayari eh. Walang mangyayari. I mean, PDP, Lakal, or PDP, Alyansa, ito, merong liberal. Watak-watak eh. How can you move? Eh sa Senate, when you pass laws, numbers game din, di ba? Sino ang in favor, who's not in favor. Eh siyempre, pag sinabi lang, we're not in favor of that. Pero kung united kayo, kaya nga, mas maganda kayong super majority, di ba? Na Congress, na Senate, then mabilis maipasa. Pero pag watak-watak, 10 dito, 5 dito, wala na naman. Ang kawawa is the taong bayan. We've made a lot of promises. Kahit sila, I believe, naramdaman din ng PDP nila Senator Bongo. I believe naramdaman din nila Senator Bam, di ba? Now, we made promises to lahat naman tayo.
So you're accountable to the people.
Exactly. We're dreaming na we move this country forward through passing bills and laws.
At dahil nasabi niyo po yan, Senator-elect, ito pong nangyari today, itong araw na po, na ito, na inutos po ng Pangulo, yung courtesy resignation sa lahat ng kanyang cabinet secretaries. What did you think of that move of the President?
Eh, sabi ko nga, about time na he asked for courtesy resignation kasi may 3 years na yung mga members ng cabinet. Makikita mo kung sino nag-perform, sino hindi. Hindi ko na babanggitin kasi may mga tumatawag kanina. Ako ba yun, Sen? Sabi ko, hindi naman. Pero tinitingnan na Pangulo. The President said, pag wala silang ginawa, hindi happy ang tao because of the result of the elections, di ba? Hindi happy dun sa administrasyon niya. Kaya ang gagawin niya, kailangan niya i-reshuffle, kailangan niya i-revamp. Kasi hindi effective eh. Parang sa tingin niya, short of saying like, hindi tama yata yung mga nailagay ko na tao sa pwesto. Kasi nga, maintindihan mo rin, Miss Pinky, siguro yung consideration dahil nakatulong sa kanya or friend niya, nirekomenda. Pero hindi talaga siya personally ang namili. Parang this time, ang balita ko, parang gusto niya na siya mag-handpick. Dito ka. Kasi ilan dyan, hindi ko naman sinasabing lahat sila useless or inutil. Merong ilan dyan sa miyembro na hindi effective. 3 years na. Eh, may mga programa siya na hindi pa na papatupad ng agency.
And you saw that these particular individuals were not doing their job.
Yes. Yung agencies, I'm not going to mention, pero everybody knows, di ba, na may mga agencies na hindi talaga nagpe-perform, mga palpak eh, di ba?
So it's about time. So good move from the president.
Very good move, I agree. Lahat kami, pati mga other senators, Senator Soto, Senator Lacson, even sila Senator Jinggoy, we all agree na it's high time na palitan siguro. Kung inefficient, di ba you have to remove?
Yung pong sinabi niyong mga pangalan, ano po, doon sa magiging composition ng Senate, I'm sure you've spoken to your brother who served for the past 3 years. Ito po, this is your first term. What did he tell you? What kind of advice did he give you? Or even your older brother, the journalist also, Mon Tulfo?
Actually, yung pupuntahan ko after this one, may dinner kami ni Senator Raffy.
Okay.
Pag-uusapan namin yan. Because both groups na, kay grupo ni Senator Tito and then Senator Cheese, may mga feelers na sa akin na, Sen, can we sit down with you? Si Tito Sen, 2 days ago, sabi ko, I'm on vacation kasi nasa out of town ako. Si Senator Cheese kahapon, can we talk? So sabi ko, pareho sinabihan ko na I'll have to talk to my brother, consult with my brother first. May nagtanong sa akin, does this mean ba, pag sinabi ni Raffy na dito tayo?
Doon
Sabi
ka
ko,
pupunta?
No. Sabi ko, I want to ask him, bakit yan, di ba? Eh kung hindi naman siya nagpe-perform o hindi siya nag-perform before, bakit yan?
But how would your brother know? Ang nakita lang niya pong nag-perform would be Senator Cheese. He never saw former Senate President Tito Soto perform because he was not part of that Congress.
Siguro yung kay Senator Cheese, yung kay Senator Soto, I was a journalist still. Remember? We were both journalists and syempre nakikita natin, di ba? May mga issues, may mga may mga, hindi naman sila lahat perfecto, Miss Pinky.
So you'll talk to your brother to kind of like study and understand the two gentlemen.
Exactly. Pag sinabi niya dito ako sa tao na ito, ako dito, sabi ko, maghihiwalay tayo. Definitely.
Pero meron na kayong, you're leaning towards someone.
Hindi, it's not because dahil nakausap na kasama ko sa alyansa, gusto ko rin marinig si Senator Raffy, gusto ko rin marinig si Senator Cheese. Marami akong tatanong, gusto ko marinig eh. Ano ba itong sinasabi nila about you? Ganon din kay Senator Tito Soto.
Okay.
May mga ganito, may mga pagkukulang din daw po kayo. So I wanna hear both sides. Just like a journalist, just like you and me. Pag may inaakusahan, gusto mo kausapin, yung nag-aakusa, gusto mo rin kausapin. So both sides, I wanna hear.
We're going to take a very short break with Senator-elect Erwin Tulfo. Stay tuned. This is On Point. You're watching On Point, still with us, Senator-elect Erwin Tulfo. So we were talking about the Senate presidency, a hot topic right now because there's a lot of talk. Will it be still Senator Cheese? Will it be the former Senate President Tito Soto? Will it be somebody from the Duterte bloc? And as you mentioned, titingnan mo muna, aralin mo muna. Okay, ito yung importante. Yung sa chairmanship, alam naman natin ang nauuna dyan, mga nagbabalik ng mga senador o yung mga senior, and you're a neophyte. But given the chance, ano pong chairmanship ang pakiramdam yung best suited for you at magagawa niyo po ng maganda yung inyong trabaho?
Siyempre, may experience na ako, Miss Pinky, yung social welfare o social justice. Unfortunately, ang chairman niyan ngayon si Senadora Amy. So baka mag-vice chair na lang ako. And then, I will leave it to the whoever will be the Senate President kung anong maibibigay sa akin. Pero sabi nga nila, sila Senator Bong, nung sa alyansa kami, bibigay sa'yo dyan dahil bagito ka. Kung anong matitira dyan, yun na lang yun sa'yo. Sabi ko, okay. Sabi ko, kung anong matitira dyan, yun na lang sa'yo. No choice ka dahil seniority pala yan. Kahit yung office, yung pamimili ng office, niraraffle pala yan. Hindi naman, dahil ikaw ganito, dahil bumoto ka ganito. No, it's not like that daw eh.
Okay. So, what else aside from that? Ano pang committee?
Agriculture siguro.
Really? Okay.
Wala, siyempre, meron na mga senior sa akin, so mag-vice chair lang ako ng agriculture. Because yung unang-una ko nga gagawin, Ms. Pinky, na priority ko is, I keep on talking about cheaper rice. So I want a review on the rice tariffication law na kailangan siguro high time na ibalik ulit sa NFA. Kasi inalis ng RTL, hindi ko maintindihan why. Ang sinasabi ng mga senior senators, kasi source daw ng corruption. Kung source ng corruption, why do you have to punish the entire population by not allowing NFA anymore to sell rice at cheaper price? Yung NFA na mabango hindi yung NFA na 2 months na, mabubulok na, tsaka pa lang ibibenta sa palengke. That's wrong. Yung dapat, yung NFA, bumili sa farmers, after 1 week, i-grind niya, gigilingin, dadalhin niya sa palengke. That's how it used to be, di ba? Yung NFA
But
rice.
how do you intend to protect the farmers? Sila yung talagang kawawa eh.
Then the government will have to purchase from
Directly.
them. Sasabihin, malulugi tayo kasi subsidize. Which would we prefer? We have to make a decision. I'll tell my co-senators, which do we prefer? We're losing money because of corruption. Money only goes to the pockets of some. Or we're losing money, pero we're feeding 120 million Filipinos. Which one is better? Di ba parang, at the end of the day, when you go to sleep, you know na you're losing money, pero busog yung mga anak mo, parang a family. The dad and the mom, kulang ang pera, pero alam mo na wala na kayong pera bukas, pero napakain mo naman yung anak mo today, di ba? And meron pa silang kakainin bukas, versus ninakaw lang yung pera mo ng magnanakaw.
So this is part of one of the 10 bills that you plan
Exactly, and then
to review.
another
Okay.
one is,
Sandali lang po, bago ka pumunta, balikan ko lang po yung sabi niyo kasi sa, as former Secretary of DSWD, are you in favor of yung mga ayuda, yung mga AICs, etc.?
as long as there are poor people in this country, walang choice eh. Okay, let me talk to you. Let me tell you
It's
this.
good to relate this kasi galing po kayo sa DSWD. Eh. Ngayon po magiging mambabatas kayo.
Sinasabi na we're teaching them to be lazy. Paano naman yung senior citizens na NPWDs? I mean, they're limited yung kanilang movement. O yung senior citizen, gusto man magtrabaho, hindi makapasok sa trabaho. That's why I filed a bill in Congress, and natapos na, I'll file again a bill here in the Senate na tumanggap ng mga senior citizen, just like overseas, tumanggap ng senior citizens para may pagkakita. Yung mga gustong magtrabaho.
Tumanggap sa kumpanya, is what you're saying. Yeah.
Exactly. Ganon din yung mga PWDs. Ito yung mga dapat unahin. Eh, unfortunately, yun ang sinasabi, yun ang binibigyan ng ayuda. Pero yung mga malalaki ang katawan, ina-assess din naman ng DSWD yan. Paano mo sabihin, hindi mo bibigyan nasunugan, ubos ng mga damit, lahat. Hindi mo tutulungan.
Namatayan.
Exactly, hindi mo tutulungan. That's ayuda. Hindi mailabas sa ospital. Yung part ng mga malasakit natin ni Senator Bongko, galing din sa DSWD at saka Department of Health, pinagsasama-sama ang pondo. Hindi mo bibigyan. Hanggang may mahirap din sa Pilipinas, Miss Pinky, kailangan ng ayuda ng mga tao na yun.
Malinaw naman po yung sinasabi din kahit doon sa pamimigay ng ayuda doon sa mga sinasabing minimum wage earners. We understand the situation. You can be working in a store, a department store, you can be a
Fast food.
kasambahay, you can be part of the maintenance or even a cameraman, right? And yung inyong pong sweldo kasi sapat lang, kulang pa nga eh, di ba? Sa bahay, tubig, kuryente, anak mo, pagkain, etc. If something happens, wala kang pagkukunan ng pera. My question is this, sir. Kailangan ho bang meron pang mga guarantee letters na nanggagaling sa inyo? Because technically, if we give ayuda coming from the, let's say, the SWD or the MAIP, AICS, etc., MAIP is medical assistance, galing po sa DOH. AICS is assistance to individuals in crisis situations, the SWD po. Bakit ho kailangan pang may guarantee letter sa inyo?
Guarantee letter from the politician goes to the agency, like DSWD. Please accommodate Ms. Pinky Webb kasi kailangan niya ng ganito for medication. Department of Health, yung medical assistance for individual. Yung MAIP. Ms.
Yeah, why
Pinky
do we
Webb,
need you? Why do we need guarantee letters from you?
Fina-file yun. Kailangan sa COA. Need that
No,
eh.
bakit ho?
Kasi
Kasi-
parang, paano explain na binigyan ko, may request si Senator Tulfo, si Congressman Tulfo ng assistance, ng aid para sa ganito. Nababawasan yung kanyang pondo, di ba? Kasi rather than, anong magiging basis niya na saan niya dinala yung funding.
Ibig ko sabihin, kung ayuda din po, bakit ho hindi na lang diretsyo na wala na pong kinalaman na guarantee letter ang mga lawmakers? Because technically, you should be able to, rather, in a perfect world, go to DSWD and ask for help without a guarantee letter, which they can. Pero meron din po kasing option na kumuha ng guarantee letter. Pwede kang dumiretso sa DOH, etc. para po dun sa ayuda. Why not cut that layer of guarantee letters coming from the lawmakers?
True. Ang problem kasi yung iba, Miss Pinky, inaabuso naman. Na-abuse ng ibang mga humihingi ng tulong. Whereas kasi pag sa lawmaker, may interview pa, and kilala ng lawmaker lalo pag nasa district niya. So, parang na-screen, na-filter. Noong DSWD ako, maraming gano'n. Yung rumerekta, may mga dalang fake na death certificate, fake na resibo ng funeral. Pero pag sa congressman kasi, alam ng congressman, oh, sino ba ito chairman? Ay, yung kwan po yan, kabarangay
Pinifilter
ko
niyo
po yan.
talaga?
Nafi-filter yun eh. Yung sinasabi mo naman, yung iba kontra, well, I agree. Kasi yung sinasabi nila na binibigay sa pang-kampanya ng mga lawmaker, I totally don't like that. Kung meron man na nabibigyan. Ako, hindi naman ako binigyan ng ngayong eleksyon. Di ba? Ang problem is, naabuso. Yung sinasabi ng ilan na balitaan na, no, namigay ng AIX si Congressman, namigay ng ganito si Mayor, ng AIX, ng AKAP, ng MAIP. That, I disagree.
Yeah. Pag
Kasi
namimigay po,
naabuso eh.
kahit sa mga covered court, hindi ho dapat kayo nandun. Hindi ho dapat nandun si
No.
Congressman, si Senator, si Mayor,
No,
si...
Ms. Benji, all you have to tell is kung anong region ka, Region 4. Region 4A. Tatawagin ni Region 4A Director si kanyang provincial DSWD. Merong gustong ipa-payout si Congressman Tulfo sa ganitong district niya. Pwede ba dahil nasunugan or dahil binaha ito, hindi pa nakaka-recover, di ba? Or SLP, Sustainable Livelihood, yung district ni Congressman Tulfo, very poor ang community, walang pinagkakitaan, baka pwede mag-release ng SLP. And you can request it, Ms. Pinky.
We've run out of time though. So you have 10, you were gonna say isa lang po, yung sabi niyo isa pang bill na plano niyong i-file.
National Land Use Act.
Okay.
Ang tagal na yan, maraming umiyak dyan, maraming nag-away na senador dyan, maraming halos magsambunutan dyan sa National Land Use Act. Now, this 20th Congress, by hook or by crook, pag naging vice chair ako ng environment, I will really, really work on it na it should be passed. It's high time.
I need to bring this in because I watched an interview of yours and you also talked about PhilHealth. That's also very important, sir, because you were saying that apart doon sa ibinibigay ng PhilHealth na libre, what you wanted was 30% na sagutin nila across the board. Ano man yung sakit, kasi may ibang mga sakit na hindi kasama. Maybe you can quickly...
Did you know that pag a pregnant woman ka, may PhilHealth ka, hindi mo pwedeng gamitin yon? Hindi naman kasi kasama yung pagpanganak eh. Babayaran ni PhilHealth. Okay, tingnan mo yan. Nag-contribute ka, that's unfair, di ba? Nagko-contribute ka. Mukhang hindi ko alam, pero nasa Universal Healthcare Law daw yun eh. Pero bakit hindi nakasama? Bakit hindi sinasagot yung 30% across the board? Parang pinipili lang. Whatever happens to our contribution. At saka sasabihin sa PhilHealth, ano yung nangyayari yung binibigyan din kayo ng pondo? Dala-dalawa eh. May contribution na yung member, binibigyan pa kayo ng Congress, ng Senate, ng budget. Ano yung nangyayari, di ba?
So what you want to do is file a bill that will tell PhilHealth to pay across the board, maliban dun sa kanilang ino-offer na across the board 30% kailangan magbayad sila.
Exactly.
Public or private?
Public, sa public, libre na tayo sa UHC.
That's right.
Pero sa private,
yeah.
sa private, tinatanggap na yan eh. Di ba? May mga,
Meron naman. Pero ang
exactly.
liit, sir. Minsan 2%.
Kaya
minsan.
nga eh. Dapat across the board. Tapos, kung senior citizen ka, kung PWD, may 20% ka. On top of that discount na you get, so plus another 30%.
All right.
So para 50% ang sasagutin. Meron pa isa, pahabol ko na
Sige.
lang. Yung pension ng OFWs. Maraming OFWs na mga domestic helpers, ng mga ikang able-bodied seaman, mga tigit-tik-tik ng kalawang sa barko. Pag uwi dito, pagtanda, pumipila sa mga congressman, senador, kasi walang pera. Hindi nakaipon. Siguro, hindi raw sapat yung SSS nila. Siguro, it's high time I'll also file a bill na meron silang ikang pension plan. You contribute, the government will also contribute. Hati tayo.
Alright.
Kahit na at least 10,000 man lang. Kasi ang dami ngayong mga DH na pupunta, mga matatanda na. Sabi ko, saan nagpunta yung pera nyo? Pinaaral ko yung anak ko. Binitinayo namin ng bahay, iho eh. Kaya hindi ho nagtapos yung anak ko. Nag-asawa ho kagad eh. Akala ko siya yung pag-asa namin.
Well, you know, sir, you are a journalist. Kilala po kayo, kayong mga magkakapatid. At umaasa din sigurado yung 17 million na bumoto sa iyo. But just as on a last note, I did see that you visited your mother's grave immediately after you had won, ano? What is it exactly that you want her? How can you make her proud?
Well, I told her, I made it, Mom. And I said, like, hindi ka mapapahiya. If you ask Jesus there, Mama Mary, you see them there. Tell them na hindi ka mapapahiya because I promise, I swear on your grave right now that I will really work. Yung purpose, siya naman nagsabi nun, Miss Pinky, why don't you run? Kasi tulong mo si kuya mo para mas marami, dalawa na kayo makakatulong sa mahihirap. So that's what I told her. Sabi ko, I'll be helping the poor and the needy, the vulnerable, the indigenous. That's what I promise you.
All right. Senator-elect Erwin Tulfo. I hope we have a part 2 sometime, maybe in a month or so,
Sure,
sir.
Miss Pinky.
Maraming salamat po sa inyong
Thank you
oras
po,
and
thank you.
congratulations again
Thank
to
you,
you.
thank you, Miss
Thank you.
Pinky.
That's On Point. Join
Thank
us again tomorrow, 7:30 p.m. here on BNC, the Billionario News Channel. I'm Pinky Webb. Thank you for watching.